an amazing football player, and a dedicated student. Even though he was only at prep for the last 2 years of upper school, he made an impact quickly. He was a member of the Big Buddies, the chess team, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the Special Olympics Club, and the football team. He led the football team to a state championship in 2005 and was the Region Co-Player of the Year in his junior and senior years. He was elected into the Hilton Head Prep School Athletic Hall of Fame in the fall of 2015. Upon graduating from prep, DeAndre attended Lafayette College in Easton, Pennsylvania, where he received his bachelor's degree in history. While at Lafayette, DeAndre was selected to be a part of the McKelvey program, which provides select students of high intellectual ability an opportunity to participate in a residential program of study, discussion, and daily interaction that would enhance their intellectual lives. In addition to his work ethic in the classroom, DeAndre utilized his athletic abilities on the football field as a 4-year varsity letterman on the football team. After attending Lafayette, DeAndre continued his studies at Charleston School of Law, where he earned his Juris Doctorate in 2013. While attending law school, he received an abundance of Kelly Awards, which denotes the highest grade in a class in corporate taxation, corporate finance, drafting commercial documents, and mergers and acquisitions. DeAndre is a member of the Maryland Bar and the District of Columbia Bar. DeAndre currently applies his knowledge of business and taxation at the Comptroller of Maryland's Revenue Administration Division, where he currently serves as a staff tax attorney in the legal division. In his day-to-day work, he is responsible for the delivery of legal services on issues regarding Maryland's income, sales and use, or admissions and amusement tax. DeAndre currently resides in Silver Spring, Maryland with his wife, Jenna, where he is active in the community as a public representative on the Silver Spring Citizens Advisory Board. I'd like to call to the stage DeAndre, class of 2006. This is an addition to the program, so if you can just bear with me, sir. Before DeAndre gives his speech, I'd like to make a long overdue presentation. DeAndre was unable to attend the Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony last fall, so I'd like to take this opportunity to officially present DeAndre with his Hall of Fame plaque. DeAndre was an All-State and All-Region football player, as well as Co-Player of the Year for SCISA Region 2 AA for both years. He was also named to the South All-Star team in his senior year. DeAndre still holds the school records for most touchdowns, rushing and receiving at 29, most rushing yards in a single game at 344, and most total yards in a single game at 373. His plaque, I was told, is hung in the lobby amongst the rest of our All-Star plaques. This morning I was told there's a big hole in the wall where it was, because it's up here with us. So, DeAndre, I'd like to present you with your plaque. You don't want to look at it? Okay, we'll put it down here.
All right, I told my wife I would not get choked up. Now I might. First and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to Headmaster Hoffman and Ms. Brown for selecting me to speak before you all today. Next, I'd like to thank the faculty and staff for your continued commitment in developing and sculpting young minds such as my own. Indeed, it is an honor, and I'm extremely humbled to be here at the very institution in front of the individuals that have been so fundamental in my development and growth. But most importantly, I'd like to acknowledge the class of 2016 for your courage. Indeed, it is a courageous endeavor to put yourself through 4 more years of academic rigor, or to, after today, enter the financial economy for the first time. Now, as you may have heard, I've had the privilege of attending 3 commencements of my own. In fact, 1 week from today marks 10 years that I sat in your seats, as someone getting ready to walk across the stage and become a graduate of Hilton Head Prep. Now, while I'd love to tell you that I remember that day vividly and I remember everything the commencement speaker said, I won't lie, I don't. And I do not expect you guys to remember what I said 10 years from now either. However, it is my hope that you will hold on to this for about 217 days or 222 days or 232.4 days. I'll get into all that later. You see, guys, I might be 10 years older than you, but we actually have lots in common. For instance, we've all had the opportunity of growing up on a beautiful island such as Hilton Head. We've all had the privilege of attending a prestigious college preparatory institution. And after today, we will all be graduates of the Hilton Head Preparatory School. Can I have an applause for that? We also share a time of some pretty interesting challenges and fun. Every time I look around on the internet, I see a new one. Was the Ice Bucket Challenge or the Cinnamon Challenge? What's the new one? The Running Man Challenge? All right. So in the spirit of challenges, I have a new challenge that I brought forth to you all today. It's called the Make the Bus Challenge. Now, in my speech I had, some of you may not know, but I played football here. So I was afforded the opportunity to play college football. And I do remember the first day of that very vividly. It was a team meeting. I expected our coach to get up there and, give the usual. If you go out and work hard and practice, you'll be out in the field before you know it. It'll be easy. It might be a little hard because it's college, but, just work and you'll be fine. Nope. As we say in the world of business, this was a meeting of managing expectations. Our head coach got up there and told us about the scout team, which is a team that prepares the guys that, go out and play on Saturdays. I was fine with that, or I could do that. Then he added this one little thing. He said, oh yeah, and there's another thing called the traveling team. This consists of a limited number of players that go to games when they're away. Now, because you're a freshman, it's really not that common for you to be on the travel team, so there'll probably be some weekends where you were going to be watching your team play on TV. I simply couldn't accept this. So that night, I went to my dorm room, I pulled out a paper and a marker and wrote 3 words: make the bus. I took that paper and I duct taped it to my ceiling above my bed. It's a true story. So while I'd like to say this was well received and inspirational to my teammates and spread like wildfire, this isn't the case. I was clowned by my roommate, who was also a football player. And he told my other teammates, and they also clowned me. He even told his family, and they would call sometimes, and I would hear on the phone, "You still have that silly sign?" Yeah, he does. So what was the result? I worked hard. I was relentless in my work ethic. I made sure I won about every sprint. I was never outworked. I worked just as hard on the field as I did in the class. What's the result? Week 1, nothing. Week 2, nothing. Week 6, nothing. Needless to say, I think you guys know how this story will end. Week 7, I made the bus. And I continued to make the bus thereafter. And I'm proud to say that I graduated as one of 4 individuals from the class of 2010 to have been 4-year lettermaners. And I've continued to apply those principles in my everyday life, and that is why I'm in front of you guys today. So remember that challenge that I presented to you guys a few moments ago? The reason I told you that story isn't because this is a mere tale of athletic success. It's because it's a metaphor for your freshman year. For many of you, it will be a new challenge. For some, an academic challenge. For others, an athletic challenge. Nonetheless, there will be a challenge, I promise. But it's extremely important that you rise to the challenge and you meet those challenges in the face. And here's why. Many studies show that an individual will grow more in their freshman year than they have in the previous 17 to 18 years of their life. That's amazing, isn't it? But think about it, it makes sense. For many of you, just as Bailey said, it'll be your first time leaving the nest, traveling away from family and friends. For others, it'll be the first time meeting people from all over the world. For some of you, it'll be your first time dating. Yes, mom and dad, they will date in college. So, what I challenge you guys to do your freshman year is make the bus. And here's how I want you to do it. No, you don't have to duct tape a silly tie to your ceiling. In this technological age we live in, we don't even need paper to get started. Now, I will say that you guys are a lot more impressive than my class in this regard. When I graduated, I remember having my flip phone out in my lap and texting the whole time. I was going to ask you guys to pull your phones out if you have them. Does anyone have their phone? If you don't, then do this after. I want you to pull out your phone. I want you to take a picture with you and one of your classmates. I want you to snap that. I want you to put it on Instagram. I want you to put it on Facebook with the hashtag #MakeTheBusChallenge. I want you to do this for 2 reasons. The first reason is when you do encounter that challenge in college, I want you to go back to that, just like I went to that paper, and look at it, and remember that you took this challenge. The second reason is because I want you to take that picture with a person so you can remember you're not taking this challenge alone. You're not in it alone. You're meeting just with your classmates are meeting and just with other people have met. Now, you guys may have heard from my amazing introduction or seen from my bow tie. But throughout the years, I've grown into quite a bit of a tax nerd. That means I love analyzing and making complex mathematical calculations. Yes, Ms. Dow, I love math. So I've done a bit of analyzing for the class of 2016. Some of you guys might be asking yourselves, how long is the Make the Bus Challenge? Well, it depends. Colleges and universities typically have 2 16-week semesters per year, but this by no means is universal. You see, if you were going to a university like, oh, say, the University of Alabama, anyone from University of Alabama? Yeah, like Madeline, I believe Tram, are you going to the University of Alabama as well? There you go. Making the bus challenge for you would be exactly 228 days. Or if you were going to Swanee, the University of the South, like Alejandro, Eleanor, Joanna, and I believe Trevor. Is there anyone else? Great. Making the bus challenge for you would be 233 days. Now, this is one of my personal favorites. If you were going to my beautiful wife's alma mater, Catholic University of America, like Chris, making the bus challenge would be about 217 academic days. But if you add in the 15 and a half days of football camp, it's about 232.5 days. How do I know this? So I actually received a free pass to attend any one of your football practices. Guess who's college football coach now coaches at Catholic? So I'm sure everyone in the crowd has had a goal that they've been doubted on, discouraged about, or even teased about. So just like I'm extending this challenge to the class of 2016, I'm also extending this challenge to you. Just like I knew that achieving my goal started and ended with me, the same applies for you all. So I have 3 words for everyone. Make the bus. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2016.